My name is Jacqlene Monét, and I am a multi-hyphenate CEO. I own JM Legacy Group, and I'm a speaker, a brand consultant, and really I'm out here just sharing my experience of over a decade in the tech industry, sharing people how I created new roles, I created brand new ERG. I'm really just out here showing the world that using your voice and advocating for yourself and being the driver's seat of your life is where you need to go. So I like to have strategy sessions with people that might not know how to pivot in their career or in their life or take the next step. That's where I come in and I give you information on how to make a plan, make your next steps, and actually take action. And I also am a fibromyalgia warrior. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia 6 years ago, and I'm a brand consultant and partner with the National Fibromyalgia Association. So I do a lot of content with the NFA as well.
Nice, that's it.
Thank you.
So how did you get into the world of cyber or technology or all that good stuff?
Sure, so my days in the tech industry started in 2014. I actually have my degrees in fashion design and merchandising, and I was a designer full time. And it got to that point where my parents said, hey, you need to figure something out. I was living in California, and so I shifted and landed my first tech business in Santa Monica, Venice Beach area, what they call Silicon Beach, I guess, over there. And so that was my first really big experience and stint in the tech industry, and I fell in love immediately. I said, where was this my whole life? I would have studied this in school. I wish I knew about this sooner. I wish I knew how to get in. Back in the day, I was working all these retail jobs. Like, why am I here? And so I really just dove in, got a whole bunch of certifications, and really just fell in love with the tech industry. So at that time, it was more, I don't even know what Whisper is qualified as. It's an anonymous app where you post your deepest, darkest secrets. So it's, I guess, the social media platform. But then when I moved to New York, I pivoted into the IT SaaS space, and I worked for Better Cloud, and that propelled my career leaps and bounds. And that's where I met my mentors in the C-suite space and really found ways to pivot in the industry and create my own roles. And so that's where I really started to really just unlock a lot of doors in the industry and figure out, okay, here's how I can get into leadership. Here's how I can advance other people. And here's how I can pivot and make things, big moves for my own career. Then once I moved to Atlanta, which I'm based in Atlanta now, I switched into the security, privacy, and governance space. So more in the cybersecurity world for OneTrust. And so I worked for OneTrust for a while. I was doing my thing, creating new roles there as well, and eventually started actually pivoting into having the ops and strategy mind of how to create processes for the different organizations that needed help with strategizing on how to make the clients happy based on the data that we had at the company. And so that was really great and fulfilling, but then I had to pivot and I said, I'm not really fulfilling my own purpose and really helping people in the world and making a big impact like I want to. So I quit my job, and now I am doing my thing on my own, and JM Legacy Group was born. So that's a long story, but that's how my years of tech and over a decade kind of begun and where it is today.
Awesome. So what is your company doing to contribute to the community?
Oh, great question. So I really have a strong affinity towards folks in this industry because, yes, I did actually think about going towards the engineer route and really going back to school, but then I really found this niche in space for the ops and strategy side of the business, as well as personal and professional development side. So today I spoke about the power of self-advocacy and how that breeds resilience and innovation. Innovation doesn't come just from new releases and new products. It comes from someone speaking up and thinking outside the box to create new change. And so the way I give back to the community is I speak on that and help people build the confidence to make change within the org. A lot of times we're heads down, we're on our keyboards, we're focusing on what's the red team doing, what's the blue team doing, what are the risks, what are the threats. But what about the human threats of not speaking up and saying something out loud to help advance yourself, help save the company, save money, and save the team? And so I think opening up that door and letting people know there's a plan, there's a framework, and you can build your own confidence by speaking up, it's leaps and bounds. And I've really noticed it's been a wonderful success rate so far. So that's how I contribute back.
Love it.
Thank you.
How did you hear about HackSpaceCon?
I was scrolling on LinkedIn one day and I saw a post from someone, I think it was actually the CISO of Reddit, which I didn't know we connected. I guess we met at some conference before. He reposted a post from Yvonne, shout out to Yvonne, and she said, hey, looking for speakers for Hack RedCon. We don't know if anyone's out there. And I DM'd her and said, you still need speakers? And we just clicked instantly, organically, and we still talk and communicate all the time. She immediately sent me the speaker form. That's how I got into Hack RedCon and spoke at Churchill Downs last year. And I made a connection with Jonathan, who's also on the team. And he said, we got to have you back at Hack SpaceCon. People need to know more about self-advocacy in the cybersecurity space. And I said, yeah. So I filled out the form and now I'm here. And so I'm happy that I made that connection and just took that leap and DM'd someone on LinkedIn randomly because it brought me here to this day.
Awesome, awesome. What do you think the future is in cybersecurity?
I think more people are going to start speaking up using their voices. I know historically, a lot of folks in this industry are very introverted and don't really like to speak up and use their voice. But I'm trying to show people a safer, more comfortable way to do that makes them feel comfortable. So a lot of times, yes, I'm an introvert, clearly, but other people aren't. And so I want to show them that there's maybe 5 or 10 different methods on how you can speak up and how you can advocate. Maybe it's not in front of a large group of people because that's not your style, but maybe you can speak up in a different way and put one-on-one time on the calendar with your manager, prep your talk track ahead of time and get your message home. Or maybe you can draft it all in an email, a succinct message that gives a solution and drives the team forward. And so I try to just really mold it into a way that helps my fellow introverted cybersecurity fellows and females a way to comfortably speak up, use their voice, and really pivot and make some change.
So what is your company doing to stay innovative?
Ooh, yeah. Okay. I'm really thoughtful about how my company continuously molds and shifts. I do rely a lot on staying relevant on what's trending, what's going on, and what's in the news, especially in cybersecurity world, tech world, and AI. And so I try to think out the box and really just stay tapped into what's going on in the streets, right? Like what's happening in social media, really adapting to, okay, what are people saying on LinkedIn and how are they going about it? Instagram, how can I morph myself into this? Or I noticed this would be good to use for my brand. Keep your ear to the streets.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for
love.
having me. I hope my answers weren't like too long.
No.
The coast is clear. Who was that? Oh, I had the mic. I forgot I'm mic'd up.